Hey, it's Molly with Just Paws Training, and welcome back to Just Paws TV. Thanks for tuning back in with our shows, and I appreciate all of your feedback and your comments. And somebody has specifically asked for me to review some bones. So we are going to talk about raw bones versus cooked bones and some new natural bones that are on the market. But again, I really appreciate all your comments and your feedback, so keep them coming and let me know what you like or what you don't like, if there's something that you've tried that we haven't tried that we can talk about. So I appreciate you and your time watching my show. So let's jump right into reviewing some raw bones. They've been around forever. Your butchers carry them, your grocers carry them, now the mom and pop stores are carrying them, and they are exactly what you see in this bag, just a bunch of cut up raw bones. They aren't salted or treated or anything, they're just raw. So I recommend you not cook these. These are not to be cooked like a soup bone and used for something else. These are to be given to your pets raw. That's what they're called, raw bones. I'm just going to take a couple out of here so you can see what they look like. So hopefully my cameraman will zoom right in to see the luscious, delicious meat. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. So inside of all here, don't cut that out. A lot of people will spoon that out and throw it away. That's the marrow. That's good for them. You know, that's stuff that your dog can ingest and it's healthy. This stuff is just extra meat, you know, just kind of this stuff. And a lot of this, when they chew on it, is kind of working their teeth and keeping them healthy. So don't go and rinse this off, and please don't cook it. It's the most important part of this. It will splinter, it can turn into a very scary mess out there. So again, don't cook them. Now these are specifically made by a dog food company called Primal. I love Primal. They make a nice raw diet as well. But just, even if you don't feed your dog a raw food, doesn't mean that you can't give them a raw bone. There's two very different things going on there. So we'll talk to you more about how to offer this later in my tips, but right now we're just looking at the good product. So I do like Primal. If you do get these from your butcher, just make sure that they've not been salted. And they're not like a traditional human soup bone. You always ask how many wags do I like? Like, this is a 5 wag for me. This is one of my favorite things. I've offered these to our dogs my whole life. So I definitely think these are something you should get or try or look into or talk to your vet about. Or your neighbors and your friends. So that's what you have with the raw bone. Let's move on to like a cooked bone. People say, what's a sterilized bone? Well, when you sterilize a bone, what are you doing? You're cooking the bone. You're sterilizing it. This particular bone is actually baked. So they've baked it and they haven't like cooked the heck out of it, right? They've just baked it to keep some of the moisture in there. But again, if you do offer this, it's different. It doesn't have the marrow inside. This is more for like a dog to chew on, to keep busy. It's rock hard, you know, heavy duty hard. But I will tell you, these do splinter if they have chewed on them too long and they dry out. You leave them around the house, they dry out and they will splinter and crack. And it says right on here, if that happens, to throw it away and get a new one. I would prefer you start with the raw bone and kind of let your dog chew that up, and that will naturally kind of dry out as well. So these are okay. I'm going to give this like a 2 wag. I'm really not into the cooked bones or the baked bones is what they're saying now. They're okay. If you were to offer this, maybe you would just use it as a plug toy. You know, I always say look for those chew toys that you can plug. So maybe you would just swipe a little peanut butter here, put some kibble food in here, and swipe a little peanut butter and freeze it. That's another way to offer it, and then they have it for a little bit. So some people will say, oh, my dog has allergies, so this is what I give them. I'm like, well, that's fine. Just make sure you just leave it down short term, not too long. But can I show you something that I really like that's brand new on the market? I was a little unnerved when these first came out because they were antlers. They are antlers. These are elk antlers, not a Bambi antler. So antler, it's an antler. So doesn't it kind of look like these? Yes? But it's not. It's an elk antler. So elk antler. Okay, so the cameraman Paul is zooming in. So same thing. It's got that marrow on the inside, but it's dry. It's not crumbly. It's not dirty. This would be something you could offer your dog if they have allergies or they're sensitive to something else, because it's just what it is. It's an elk antler. There's the inside. I have one ABC already been chewed. So here's the inside of it. This is a pretty, this was in its heyday, a big antler. You know, it's not like a little deer antler. So inside of here, same thing. They chewed this out. You know, this is obviously a popular chew. 5 wags. Maybe 5.1 wags. Oh! But anyway, it's one of my favorite new things on the market. I just have to tell you who makes this. I'm apologizing in advance if I pronounce this wrong. Wapiti? Wapiti. W-A-P as in Peter, I-T-I Labs. Elk Antler. Maybe we zoom in there. Zoomy, zoom, zoom. Okay, so it's got a local phone number. And so you know it's locally. But we don't have elk here in Minnesota place. So anyway, so there you have it. This is my raw versus cooked versus this new thing. And thank you to the person that asked me to review the raw versus the cooked bones. I appreciate it. And please feed me some stuff back. I need to hear from you. Do you like these? Do you not? Have you tried it? Is there something else that I need to try that we haven't tried? And my email is below, so you can find me there and leave your comments. And stay tuned, because we have a tip of the day coming at you about all these little dealy bobs here that we have. And I appreciate you staying tuned to our all of our shows that's going on. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you out there.